blah 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 blah. Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name's Fred Wheeler, and we're going to talk about the combat turn today. About time, right? So if you open up your player's handbook and look on page 189, it talks about your turn, or the combat turn. So that's what we're covering. So the Dungeon Master says it's your turn, so what can you do during your combat turn? Well, you can do one of each of these things. You can move, you can take an action, you can have a bonus action, if you have one available that is, you can have an interaction, and you can talk briefly. Okay, so I've done a bit of a diagram to sort of give you a visual representation of what this looks like. We have the move. Now with the move, you look on your character sheet and at the top there you'll see a section that says speed. You can move all of your speed during your turn or part of that. You don't have to use it all up, or you can split your movement. So that means you can pop out from the corner, fire an arrow and then go back into cover behind the corner. Or you can move up to a monster, make an attack and then start to move around the creature if you want to. Action. During an action you can cast a spell, you can make an attack with your weapon or sword. You can also use it for things like disengaging from combat, such as moving away from the enemy without provoking attack of opportunity, hiding, searching for objects, dodging, moving out of the way, dashing, so moving further than you would be able to with just your movement. Bonus action. A bonus action is something such as a spell that's listed as bonus action. Some spells are in fact a bonus action to cast, so you can use that. Some class abilities allow you to use a bonus action, such as the Rogue's Cunning action. It's a bonus action to use it. Also, if you're holding two light weapons, you can use your first attack as your action, make your attack, and since you've got another weapon in your other hand that's light, you can make another attack with that as your bonus action. So you get two attacks. Interaction. Interactions are tied to movement and actions. So in terms of your movement, you might move up to a door and open it. Opening it is the interaction with an object or the environment. Okay? Action. So I want to make an attack, so part of that is drawing out my weapon because I didn't have it drawn out. So drawing out your weapon is in fact an interaction. You can also sheath your weapon as an interaction, you can drop it on the ground, you can pick something up, pull something out of your pack. If you try to do two interactions, then you have to expend your interaction and your action, which means you don't get to attack. Talking. Prepare to die. Something you can squeeze into 6 seconds. Reactions. Reactions are something that's usually triggered by a condition or circumstance, and this occurs usually on somebody else's turn, but it can occur on your turn. Now an example of this would be you move out of melee combat with, say, a dragon, and it tries to claw you. Now because you didn't disengage, it gets an opportunity attack. An opportunity attack is a reaction. Alright, it's time for an example. So I've got rows to demonstrate physically what your combat turn might look like when you're taking your turn, and I've also got a little demonstration on a battle grid or battle map showing you sort of what you would do with miniatures during your turn. So here's an example of what a combat turn would look like on a battle grid or map. In this case, your group has been exploring our jungle temple, and just coming around the bend is a large feathered creature with a beak that looks a bit like a bear and an owl. You might recognize it as an owl bear. In any case, the Dungeon Master asks you to roll initiative. You do that. When it's your turn, you can move. So I'm playing the fighter. The fighter moves up as long as it's no further than its speed listed on the character sheet. After that, all you need to do is declare that you are going to make an attack. Now, as part of my attack, I'm going to decide to draw my sword and strike it. So, 20-sided dice for your attack roll, and your damage dice, in this case it's a 1d8. Roll those. If it hits, it does damage to the creature. So I've used my move, I've used my action, I've used my interaction to draw my weapon. I've only got a bonus action and the opportunity to talk. So because I can talk, I'm going to yell out while I'm doing this to the rogue, Justin, go around the back and flank it. And for my bonus action, in this case I don't have anything I can actually expend as a bonus action, so that's the end of my turn. If you found this video informative, please like, share and subscribe, you know the deal. Make a comment below if you found anything in this video that didn't make sense, you need to ask a question. And till next time, keep rolling those 20s.